Good morning. Some 40 years ago, following a lengthy but failed rector search after Toad Johnson's retirement, Alex Mashure approached Judy Craftsman and me to serve as co-chairs of a reconstituted search committee. That seemed remarkable as we were both relative youngsters in the parish, but we both had an incredible passion and a drive to assist, and hopefully youthful vision at the time. We had several good candidates, but at the suggestion and urging of the Reverend Dr. Fred Burnham, former part-time assistant at Christ Church and history of science professor at Wayne State University, we soon found ourselves in Lynchburg, Virginia, the heart of Jerry Falwell country, at a beautiful and welcoming St. Paul's Episcopal Church, where Irv was the rector. We were simply blown away with every aspect of that visit, and especially at the time with Irv and Tish and their children, Paul, Laura, and Holly. I still have a tape and transcript of the extraordinary sermon he gave that we prepared for the vestry, and I even listen to it occasionally to this day. And I'll say on the side that as we were leaving, the senior warden came over and said, "I know why you're here, and I hope you had a really good time, and I hope you go away empty-handed." After a unanimous call by the vestry, the family visited the deed prior to the decision-making. A decision gently questioned at first was made to go full Syrian for the dinner. Miriam Costandi, Joe Mashure, and others went into high mode. I think it really may have sealed the deal and established a lasting and extraordinary relationship between the Browns and our Syrian community. Bring on the hummus and the kitty knee anytime. That's not bad for a young man originally from Alabama. As I was thinking about today, so many thoughts went through my mind. So a little simple collage of ideas and words and ministries that affect so many of us, and including me. Trinity Church and our joint ministry, ever-evolving outreach programs, our mantra, Christ Church stands as a beacon of hope in the heart of Detroit, our emblem, both in needlepoint and in print, first blessing in the diocese of a same-sex couple to bring joy to most and some expected pain and hurtful criticism, an unflagging belief in the equality of all people, the early Friday morning prayer group followed by clicking out, Father Ria and support of Christ Church Nazareth. Irv could and did preach like Paul. Music with Mac Johns and Jovo. Guided trips to the Holy Land, Britain and Spain. Joanne Case, Fred Motney, Lawson Alberts. Irv and Tish as an inseparable team, a hilarious storyteller. Virginia Theological Seminary, there is no other place. An inspirer of new ministries like John Bellamy. Mentorship to many, my best friend, but many would say that. A caring and compassionate priest to our births and deaths, marriages and divorces, bright days and darker ones, and of course, Hoffley, a self-effacing leader. So while almost perfect, Irv was in fact a bit of a Luddite. Early on, he would dutifully type out and manually edit his sermons and manuscripts on a typewriter. None of that modern computer crap. It was a struggle we took on to provide a conversion experience. Indeed, we connived, and then Mary Alice Dietrich personally bought her his first dedicated word processor. Remember those? Irv's magnum opus, the scholarly and extraordinary Christ Church history volume, was largely crafted on that machine. Thank God. And along the way, it took lots of geek assistance. The book remains at the heart of our current history series in preparation for our 175th anniversary. It is such a critical documentation of who we are and how we got here. Many of you know that for nearly 30 years, Irv and Tish spent a few weeks every summer at our home in the wilderness in far northern Minnesota. It was a special place of solace, and it's always was our honor to provide it. The Christ Church history book was indeed completed there during an extended leave for that purpose. Of course, Ervin never could figure out how to keep the little outboard motor running on the fishing boat. Had to be rescued several times. And for the most part, then, they would paddle away in a lovely canoe into that sacred space. In his book, Erv identifies 2 or 3 seminal leaders in our 175-year history. I would argue that he ranks right there among them. I would argue that the new ministry we are developing at Christ Church today, through Emily and lay and professional leadership teams, is absolutely and directly attributable to his profound and prophetic leadership. Erv told me numerous times that Christ Church represented his best, most impactful ministry. Maybe he told that to everybody too. The columbarium resting spots were a gift from the parish to Erv and Tish as they were departing some 25 years ago to the Eastern Shore. It is fitting that they now come home. And I am so personally grateful to Paul and Laura and Holly and Marnie and Jim, and to the grandchildren Ogden, Virginia, Amelia, and Isabel, to share them with us in perpetuity. God bless Ervin, Tish, and each of you.
Yes, amen.